do have one question that's non-technical that I ask all of our speakers. It's kind of a career help type of a question, and it's if you could go back in time and say talk to 20-year-old Priyanka, any kind of tips that you would career tips that you would give to her?
Um, I'm glad you asked this question. I think um, just taking risks, taking more and more risks, is one of the things that um, and it's not that I didn't do it. It's just that I think that I've seen so many benefits of taking risks that
Hmm.
um, that I want to scream and tell everybody that this is really important to grow a career, especially in tech, because the world in tech evolves so quickly that if you are not on your toes, taking risks, trying things that you love, and then being okay with like things that didn't work out. I'm always okay with things that don't work out because I'm satisfied that I tried.
Hmm.
And this has happened with specific tech that might be coming. This has happened with even trying different roles in my life. So
Hmm.
I was a software engineer right out of school. Then I moved into being a sales engineer. I absolutely loved being interacting with the marketing teams, with the sales teams, with being that technical resource for folks on the front line.
Hmm.
And then from there, I kept enjoying that. So I kept doing it for a few different companies, but kept changing the tech that I was working on.
Hmm.
And that's kind of what led me into the core like infrastructure from cloud perspective. And then I started enjoying talking about some of these things that I've become an expert in wider spaces like YouTube and broadcast things and conferences. So I moved into this other role called developer relations now. So, but none of that was possible if I didn't take these little risks in the middle to try different things. Like I didn't move into developer relations. Um, I tried it for as a 20% project for six
Hmm.
months. The deconstructing chatbots, for those who've seen that video series that I've done, that was my 20% project, and I was in love with what I was doing. And I was like, okay, how do I make this my full-time thing, right?
Hmm.
These are little risks. Like that is the example of a risk that worked. Another example was the switch from being a core software engineer uh, to becoming a sales engineer. Super huge risk, compensation change, all sorts of things change, right?
Hmm.
But yeah, that's one thing I feel like I think we give very less time and energy um, to these soft things that play a huge role in making a career. And that's the advice I would give to my younger self as well, because it has worked for me.
No, that's good. Yeah, taking those small risks, maybe moving into an area that you're not expert in, see if you like it, and if it's a failure, you try it. If it works out, then that's maybe a place to push into even more. That's no, that's
Yeah,
great.
even the social media side of things, like people who do follow me, I I do stuff for a week, for a month maybe, and I learn a new thing and I learn it in public. And then I'm like, you know what? Not working out, not doing this anymore, changing topic or doing something else for a
Hmm.
few
Hmm.
days and then coming back to it. So you just find things you love. If you don't explore, there's no way of finding, right? So I feel like that's kind of what I go by. It just helps me stay excited.